One of the things that I have incorporated into my mixed media starter kit is getting comfortable with recreating an image multiple times. Um, I feel like, when we are socialized in school, it feels like success or good outcomes is when you're able to um, produce an outcome, get the right answer, the first try. But that is not what the creative process is grounded in. Hi, my name is Sequoia. I use she and her pronouns, and this is video 13 in my mixed media starter kit series. Definitely check out the other videos. This one, I wanted to share more about like routines and practices that are helpful when for artists. And I wanted to start off by sharing how I do that. So I I was I was looking for some different images and I couldn't find them, but I gathered a few. And so what I feel like that means is that I will more than likely come back um, with some additional kind of sketches where I show, my reflections, experiments, and thoughts about the same image, just different ways. And as I was talking to y'all, I had just picked up from this other side these images that I'm not going to talk about today. But this is just a really quick example of a few of my elephant sketches. And I shared a few videos back that these are a part of me still working through a collage series that I currently am exhibiting with the International Association on the Study of Dreams. They, put out a call for art for their conference, and so they wanted the call for art was related to dream art, and so I did a piece that centered on elephants, and so I am still building on that series. And so, yeah, just did a few sketches of elephants with different materials and still processing through this particular subject matter. But like I said, these are not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this, and maybe I'll just do one. This image I found in a Garden and Gun magazine. One of the videos that I also did was talking about, like, maybe I haven't done a video on magazines. Okay, maybe I need to. But magazines have been, a part of my, clearly for collage, my collage practice. And what kind of channel is this? It's an art channel. I also talk about Black queer feminist topics as well, my creative practice. Things that I'm seeing, related to trends around Black feminism and art and those intersections. So I found this image in the Garden and Gun magazine. I have a subscription to that magazine. It's one of the magazines that I have a subscription to because I really love Garden and Gun centers Southern arts and culture, Southern lifestyle. So, yeah, I like the stories that they follow. I love the images. I love the people that the folks that they interview. They also share like upcoming like arts and culture events that are in the South, and specifically, like Low Country. So I really enjoy that. Anyway, I saw this image and absolutely fell in love with this image. So this is a sculpture by two Mexican artists, and this is a wood sculpture. And I love the colors. I love the stacking of the animals. So this is an armadillo and, you know, two iguanas, two lizards basically, right? I loved it. I love the textures that they incorporated in the wood image, all of that. And so that inspired me to draw this image. That's a part of my practice. One of the things that I will do is go through. I was looking, of course I don't have a gardening gun right here, but I will go through magazines and tag the images that I really like, things that could be inspirational, and go back and sketch them. And so, yeah, this is one that I just want to talk through, some time sketches that I did and then how I ended up with this one. So, time sketches has also been a way for me to reflect on, not only the image, but then also my materials. So these are 30-second and 2-minute drawings of this image. Okay, so this one was 30 seconds, and I mentioned this little timer in my mixed media toolkit video that is helpful for me to not have a timer on my cell phone because, you know, I look at the cell phone, even I look at the cell phone even, you know, as I'm being timed, and notifications, you know, I can still see notifications and that would be distracting. So I'm like, let me get a timer that's not on my cell phone. So got a timer that wasn't on my cell phone. And this is 30 second, the 30-second drawing of that image. This is the 2-minute sketch of that one. Let's see, this is a 5-minute sketch. And then I don't have a time on this one. I just redrew it. I would imagine maybe it was 5 minutes to draw this part, and then I did the lines after. But this is a way for me, this is the way that I decided to not only, like I said, explore my different materials, but also playing with color combinations, and then different ways, different mediums that I like to use. Yeah, and seeing how they interact with each other. And then the end result was this. So I redrew this one. I did some reverse coloring. So I put the watercolors down first for this. I can bring it a little closer. I put the watercolors down for this one and then sketched, you know, the armadillo, the iguanas, the lizards again, and then just did some graphic lines on the side. Let's see, and I did this one. This is from back in December. And so why am I sharing this with y'all? Why did I come on to talk about this? This is a practice that helps, with, again, not only like looking at your materials, but also like subject matter, getting comfortable with being timed, you know, and being able to create, being able to, you know, look at the image during the time that you have, and pulling out from the image like what's important to communicate, you know, in the image with the time that I have here. You know, what can I potentially capture, you know, that still gives the essence of the original image, right? And so like this, again, this 30-second drawing, it's not, you know, it's not like a exact recreation of the original image, right? But this gives me some information about layout, about composition, about me trying to think about, go back to do a more detailed image, you know, how things kind of line up a little bit, right? But also just as a warm up, to get ready for more detailed aspects, related to the timing. Okay, cool. You're from North Carolina. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm still relatively new. I feel like still a relatively new resident to North Carolina. I moved here roughly about 2 years ago from Alaska. So cool. Okay, I think that is all that I want to talk about in this video. I did have another image that I could share with y'all right now, but we can just come back. I plan to come back a little later to talk about the color green. But yeah, I'll keep sharing with y'all how I incorporate this practice of, yeah, doing the same image multiple times, but recreating it in different ways and with different materials, and what my reflections are related to that particular image. One of the things that I took away from doing this study of this particular art piece is that I like drawing animals. Like I just mentioned, I moved here from Alaska. And so seeing these three stacked together was really cool. So I want to recreate this. I want to sketch a moose, a salmon, potentially a mosquito, and then a raven or a crow. Um, and want to figure out how to do that kind of really in this style. Um, so that is an example of how, someone else's artwork can inspire you, how you can learn from it, incorporate certain aspects into your creative practice, and then, how it shows up. Um, what's the dream photos? Um, I don't know if I know what you're talking about. Maybe you're referencing when I was talking about the Dream Art exhibition. I have not done a video yet about that. I definitely plan to, because I had a whole like artist vlog and everything where I went to the archives of the library and looked up some information about the artist that this was in reference to. But if I'm talking about, okay, yeah, so these are some of the sketches from the dream art piece that I did. It centers, I talk about elephants in that, as well as subject. Let me say it like that. The subject of that particular image is elephants. So, yeah, these are some of the sketches that I did after that to keep up continuing to think about elephants as a subject matter and collage, because I want to continue to expand on that particular series, Dream Art, where you asleep like sleepwalking. No, no. I am a therapist, and dreams, nightmares, and trauma are a budding interest of mine. Yeah, so that is where that intersection comes from. I'm a therapist as well and help folks related to sleep and dreams, and incorporate creative expression and art into my therapeutic approach to help folks. And some of my clients come to me for dream work support, and we do that through art. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for chatting with me today, and asking questions. It's very helpful for me where I'm at in my process as well. So I appreciate that. Um, okay, this was a good morning. Thank y'all for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate your time and again your engagement. Definitely follow along. I have been doing really good with this series. So yeah, like if this is your jam and you're interested in, what I'm up to, um, I'd be excited to chat with y'all again.